They can turn wholesale plastic. Thank you very much.
Slaven, this way please, sir. Just this way please, sir. Thank you. This way please.
I'm alright actually. I'm happy with that.
Thank you.
Slaven, just right in the middle there for us. Perfect, thank you. Excellent, thank you.
One more please. Thank you very much.
Alright.
Can you just do your left arm just along the back of the seats for us? That's it. Brilliant.
Slaven to me.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Hang on. So, let's ask Luke to say a few words of introduction to the guest of honour today.
Right.
And then it'll be the broadcast media first, Rob. So, and then after the broadcast to finish, I have a few written questions to service the agenda for now. But as you've probably heard, radios, and then a sit down with the written media to follow. So, Luke, do you want to?
Hi all, many thanks for coming to meet and speak to our new head coach, Slaven Bilic. I'd just like to start off by thanking the candidates that we did speak to. We did a thorough check, we took our time, but once we met this man, there was only one candidate we wanted to lead this football club forward, and I'm delighted to say that Slaven's on board with us now as our new head coach, and we can't wait to get going.
Slaven,
Hello.
congratulations.
Thank you.
How's it feel to be back in English football?
It feels great. I would like to thank Luke. He's the one that I initially spoke to. And I would like to thank the club, West Brom, of course, to give me this opportunity and privilege, but also great responsibility to be the manager of such a big club, because I knew where I was coming. You know, I was here. I'm not English. I'm not British, but I spent some time of my life here, playing and managing. So it was my wish, if possible, to come back to England. Championship was since I came back to manage here, was always on my bucket list. It was one of my boxes that I wanted to tick before I retired, you know, or during my life. And now it's not only that, but I got the opportunity to be the manager of a massive club for this league. So for me it was, and of course that's start. But then when I heard about the project and when I heard about the ambition of the club, it made me very, very tempted for this for this job. And it was only from that time, it was only positive thinking about it. And it took me one day, you know, to say yes. It wasn't like a big negotiations. I wanted to come here. Also very important is that the club really wanted me. They show that they really want me, and you know that's not very important. That is the most important thing. And from them it was obvious that I'm gonna choose this, and I like it, and I'm very proud. At the same time, it is, as I said, a big responsibility, but I can't wait to start. Of course, we started today already, and we have a big task in front of us, and I'm going to give everything, of course.
Because of the way it finished at West Ham for you, did you feel as though you got unfinished business over in England? I mean, you were very popular as a player and as a manager, so
At West Ham, when I heard, okay, the finish was not good, you know, but my time at West Ham, like anybody else's coach, is not just the finish. Unfortunately, the finishing day for many coaches, or even unfortunately for the most of the coaches, is bad, you know, that day. But my journey for 2 and whatever years was only positive, and I'm so proud of that time. Unfinished business. I don't see it that way at West Ham, to be fair.
Good man. Luke, you've said there that you took your time, you did an awful lot of due diligence. Can you give us an idea of how many candidates you did consider?
Well, we were certainly linked with an awful lot in the press, and we didn't want to go out there and speak to 10, 12 different candidates. We narrowed it down to the ones that we thought could lead this club. We actually probably spoke to five face-to-face meetings. But it sped up very, very quickly once we had the meeting with Slaven. As Slaven's just, rightly said, within a day, the negotiation was more or less done. And I left the meeting with Slaven knowing this is the man we want. So once we'd had that meeting, things speeded up, but we didn't want to go through a 10, 12, 13, 14 candidate process, because we believe for this unique club and how good we are, there's only a certain amount of people who can come and manage us.
What does Slaven offer that the other candidates didn't offer?
Well, I think Slaven mentioned how much we wanted him, and rightly so. But what we got from Slaven was how much he wanted to come here as well. Slaven doesn't need a championship job. The fact that he wants it, he wants to bring his family over, he wants to take the club back to the Premier League. That was a big factor to us, as well as what else he brings. He's got a wonderful aura about him. He's got the Premier League experience as a player, as a manager. He's managed top players for experience. He's also given some wonderful players their debuts as young players. One now being a Ballon d'Or winner in Luka Modric. And with what we want to build here, with the very talented, experienced players we have, and some of our younger ones coming through the academy, it was the perfect mix.
What have the board said to Slaven about what's expected? Is it promotion at the first attempt, or is that too big a thing to ask?
No, we just said to Slaven we want progress. Now, what does progress mean? That we finish 4th this year, so it's got to be 3rd or above? Not necessarily. What we want is playing a certain style of football, organisation, and if we can blood one or two of the younger ones that we feel might need a chance throughout the season, then that is what we feel as a club is progress. We also know with Slaven's qualities and the players that we currently have and the ones we'd like to bring in, that realistically a promotion chance is there. If it doesn't happen this year, it will happen next year.
And obviously you took your time, as we said. I think it was 96 days between Darren Moore leaving and Slaven being appointed. Yep. All right, there's Jimmy Shannon between where you were considering stuff. But what would you say to the supporters who've criticised the amount of time it took, and those that have said sacking your manager when you're 4th in the table is a bit harsh at the very least?
Well, I think from the supporters' point of view, I'd like to thank them, because since the season's finished, we've had some wonderful support from them to the board's messages, backing us and understanding. They know the process we're going through, so obviously we thank them for that. Regarding going back to the Darren scenario, we decided to stay with Jimmy. So the new manager now comes in. Slaven doesn't have any of the hangover from the playoffs, So we sort of had 2 shots at it with Jimmy, knowing that we're going to appoint a new manager come the summer, which is where we are. And I think if any supporter out there, if we'd have said to them, we're going to wait a month after the Villa game, and in that month this man's going to be with us, I think they'd have accepted it.
Slaven, what does it mean for you that the fans are excited about what you can achieve here?
Sorry?
What does it mean for you?
It means a lot. It means a lot. Look, it's a massive club, and also what is making this club massive? It's history and it's the fans. So they are very demanding, but they're also very loyal. It's more like it's not a trendy club. It's not a 5-year-old club or 10-year-old club. It's not investment club that somebody had investment and suddenly it's a big club. It's It's a very traditional club. It's very like a family club, but also very, very big. So, of course, I'm going to try to do with my staff and with the players and with Luke and with the board and everything we're going to do. We're going to try to come back in the Premier League this year. Because, to be fair, short term or long term, that is where this club belongs to be. Of course, in a championship, and that makes championship, and like a specific league in second league in the world of football is that unfortunately it's not only us who are big there. You have many clubs there. Maybe half of the league can say the same things as West Brom had said, but West Brom has got something special. We were very recently in the Premier League. Last year, the club done everything to come back straight away, kept the players, almost everybody. Unfortunately, we didn't do it. And now there's another season where we're going to see what happens now during the transfer window. And I'm sure that we're going to do everything again to be in a position before it starts on a paper, which matters a bit, okay, to be able to get to the promotion, to get back in the Premier League.
Thank you, Slaven.
Slaven, you said it was one of the boxes you wanted to tick to actually manage in the Championship. How will managing in the Championship differ to everything else you've experienced and achieved within football yourself?
Football is football, you know, it's a game, it's 11 against 11. You have a squad, you have the board, you have the fence, you have the ground. But there are differences, and why the Championship is not only to me, it's to many. It's very interesting league because it's very demanding. You have 46 games. You are basically playing when it starts in August. It doesn't stop. You don't have any breaks. It's pure essence of football. You know, the grounds are proper football grounds, and I like it. You know, not only me. I'm not some weirdo. You know, many people, many football top managers love it, and it is one of the things that I wanted to try, of course.
3 years ago, when you came to the Hawthorns as manager of West Ham at that time, I think within the space of 4 or 5 months, you experienced the highs of winning, the lows of losing. What impressions did you get of the atmosphere inside the ground on those 2 occasions?
Yeah, with West Ham, I was here 3 times. First year we beat West Brom 3-0. Yeah. Second year we lost 4-2. It was 4-0 after 55 minutes or whatever. It was like one of the lows. But we came back. West Ham came back to 4-2, almost for free. And then third year it was 0-0, a draw. So I experienced everything, to be fair there. It's not easy. It's not easy to play here. You know, it's not. I remember even that game that we won 3-0. West Ham. It's first 15 minutes. It was like we were under so much pressure, and you feel the crowd, you feel the noise, you feel the pressure, and that is what is also one of the reasons I came here. Is that it is one of these clubs and the grounds where you can really still use that kind of a atmosphere to help you, to be like a hostile in a positive way, of course, like a home crowd. Yeah, and to be fair, I didn't know that I was coming here, and I watched both games against Villa, all right, in the playoffs, and that atmosphere in the second game, you could feel it. I wasn't here; I was back home watching it, but you can feel it on telly. You know that it was bouncing, it was buzzing, and everything. And then I watched it, and then I spoke about that game in a coffee shop after the game, and my friends, they were telling me the same. That is like proper football.
The Albion fans we've spoken to speak very highly of your passion on the touchline. Can we expect to see a lot of that this season?
Of course, the passion doesn't come and go. it doesn't depend on the level where you're working at. Like I'm gonna have passion on a touchline if I'm working in a Premier League, and I will not have it if I work in. I had a passion also, same kind of, even more when I was in Saudi Arabia now, few months ago. So of course I'm gonna be me, where I was, and this is like. This is my job now. And to be fair, I don't understand the people when they tell me, and very few people ask me that, but they ask me even today, why? Like, why you come to West Brom? It is the league that I like. Okay, to be fair, I have to say that I didn't have in this very moment top European clubs, But was this my only offer? No. And I choose this because I love it, because I like it, and also because it's a great opportunity for myself, but also, without being big-headed, this is also a great opportunity for the club. So it's hopefully you need a little bit of luck, but you have to deserve luck, but hopefully it's going to be a good match.
Do you expect a busy summer of activity in the transfer market?
It depends. We are in a situation that we have to be prepared for everything. It's about the work, of course, but it's also about the squad that you have. We have to be prepared because maybe some of our players will also, some of the clubs from the Premier League or from Europe will ask for them. Maybe some of them will try to leave. It doesn't look that way, but so it's all positive. But we only started, But so we have to be aware. We have to work like crazy. What we already started 2 weeks ago, and then basically we're gonna do everything that is within our budget to make the team ready to play for the promotion. That's our aim, that's our goal. It's not totally down to us, but we are there and we're going to give everything.
Luke, has Slaven got a kitty available, or are incomings dependent on outgoings, personnel-wise?
No, I think it's just looking at the squads that finished the Villa game at the end of last season to what we have now. There was 7 loan players in that squad that have all obviously gone back to their clubs, so they need to be replaced. So we will have a kitty to spend. Naturally, if we lose 1 or 2, then there may be more to spend. But we're very, very confident with Slaven on board and myself and the scouting team we've got behind us that we don't have to spend it all to go and get the best players or the best replacements. We want to go back to what when I first joined, what West Brom were really, really good at a few years ago was going and unearthing a few gems that people weren't aware of, or weren't 6, 7, 8 million pounds, but then turned out to be really, really good players. So yes, there will be money to spend, and obviously that will improve if we do lose any players.
And in terms of the working dynamic between the two of you, how will the recruitment process work, and who has the final say?
We'll speak daily on it, but Slaven will have the final say on players because Slaven picks the team. We'll be silly to sign a player that Slaven doesn't want, because naturally he picks the team. So Slaven's very open to the recruitment side of things. We spoke about this in the first meeting, so Slaven will have his ideas, we've got our ideas as a club, we'll put them together and ultimately we'll sign the best player, for the club. But it will, Slaven will have the final say.
And I'm guessing that was a big thing for you, Slaven, in terms of taking this job.
Yeah, it was a big thing, but you need that thing, you need to feel the trust, you need to feel the ambition. But when you come to, it's important, of course, but when you come to clubs like this, the people who work for this club, this club is big, and the people have also the responsibility to try to do their best during the transfer window. You have many. No club would tell you when you are negotiating, no, you ain't gonna have this, you ain't gonna have this. So you believe that or you don't believe it. I believe it because I can feel it, that it's genuine. But also the club itself demands that from the people who are working for the club.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, lads.